In today's video, we are going to dive into learning the fundamentals of C syntax for Arduino programming. If you've ever wondered how the code inside your Arduino sketches works, then this video is for you. Let's get started. Let's open up the Arduino IDE. Before we jump into writing code, it's important to understand that Arduino programming is based on C and C++ languages. However, the good news is that you don't need to know everything about C or C++ to get started with Arduino. We'll break it down into easy-to-understand sections. The structure of an Arduino program, or sketch, is simple. It has two main functions, setup and loop. These functions are the backbone of every Arduino program. Let's break it down. First, we have the setup function. This is where you put all the code that you want to run once when your Arduino starts up. Things like setting pin modes, initializing communication with sensors, or other setup tasks go here. As you can see in this example, pin mode is a built-in function that tells the Arduino whether a specific pin should be an input or output. In this case, pin 13 is set as an output. Next up is the loop function. As the name suggests, this part of the code will loop over and over, continuously executing commands as long as the Arduino has power. In this example, we turn an LED on and off every second. Digital write sets the voltage of a pin to either high, which is 5 volts, or low, which is 0 volts. The delay function pauses the execution for a specified amount of milliseconds, so delay 1000 means a delay of 1 second. Now let's talk about some key concepts of C syntax that you'll encounter in Arduino programming. First, variables. Just like in other programming languages, variables in Arduino store data that your program can use. Here's an example. In this case, lead pin is an integer variable that stores the value 13, which represents the pin number. You'll use variables to store all sorts of data, like sensor readings, timings, and more. Next up are constants. Constants are values that don't change throughout the program. You might declare a constant like this. This way, the lead pin variable is locked and can't be modified later in the code. Finally, let's talk about comments. Comments are lines in your code that the Arduino ignores when it runs. You use them to explain your code or leave notes for yourself or others. They start with 2 forward slashes like this. It's a good habit to comment on your code so that it's easier to understand and troubleshoot later on. Now that we've covered the basics of C syntax for Arduino, let's take a look at a complete example sketch. We've already seen the setup and loop functions, as well as how to use variables and constants. Here's the final code in action. As you can see, this program will blink an LED on pin 13 every second. It's a simple example, but you've just used some key aspects of C syntax in Arduino programming: variables, constants, functions, and control structures. That's it for today's introduction to Arduino C. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more tutorials like this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.